Hey, Aaron, it's only day 2 of our KGWN Bradley Bar Holiday Food Drive, but we've already surpassed donations that we collected last year, so it's a great turnout so far. Let's take you inside what we've collected so far. You can see here all of our turkeys and hams that are stacked up already, already to the brim of here. And
Thanks, Andrew. Well, Wyoming business leaders are taking our state overseas, exploring trade options for local businesses.
Ready? Go!
And with that, the new Wyoming Asia Pacific Rim Trade Office is open in Taiwan. It was created thanks to funding approved this year at the legislature and drives a path for Wyoming to find demands in the country that we can fill. Now, along with these beef producers, a gluten-free oats company from Powell and Wyoming Malting Company of Pine Bluffs is in Taiwan to show off their products. And at the same time, leaders are taking our business overseas. More companies are opening their doors right here in Cheyenne.
I thought the town just needed something more focused around railroaders. You know, they built this town and there's not much themed around railroaders here.
The Rail Yard Coffee House is more than just your typical drink stop, offering a fresh salad bar and other lunch and breakfast items with a European inspiration. The family-owned business opened just a few days ago right next to Gold's Gym on Pershing. And you may have heard the construction going on in the background because just a few doors down in the Pershing Plaza is another business getting ready to open as well. The office will be a new bar and grill, and according to their Facebook, this is what it will look like inside. And they plan to open sometime later this month. Now, we also know that construction for the Panera is underway on Del Range. And as for that Church's Chicken we've all been wanting in town, we're told that it's finally in the final permitting phase. And once that is complete, they will break ground 1 month later. It all started on this street that you can see behind us around 12:30 yesterday afternoon. Now, this is in Laramie near the University of Wyoming. Little details have been released so far, but we do know that this is where the shooting happened. Susie has completed her treatment, and although she technically isn't a survivor yet, she considers herself one. And she tells us she now plans to travel and enjoy being a grandma. Now, this month is a great time to be self-aware and know there are resources available to you right here in our community. One of the easiest is 996-HOPE, a hotline provided by the CRMC Cancer Center to connect you directly with someone to help answer your questions. Well, if you didn't know it, the Wyoming primary election is just days away. Yard signs to TV commercials, everywhere you turn, candidates are making their final pushes for votes. The U.S. Senate race is quite an interesting one. Senator John Barrasso is facing a challenger in Dave Dotson. That's pushing the incumbent in the primary.
And since we've been talking about all the cold and snow this week, Brittany, you have more on what it's like to actually work in this weather.
Yeah, that's right, Andrew. As conditions get worse and temperatures drop, like you were saying, many want to stay inside and keep warm. But from sanitation workers to construction to energy, many in our community are out every day in these conditions. One person that never takes a day off, even when the conditions get rough, is your mail carrier.
Today's not bad.
Every day, 65 mail carriers hit the road in the capital city. Even in blizzard-like conditions, Christy Munoz is on her route in North Cheyenne.
Just keep moving and layer up.
Always carrying extra clothes in the back of her truck.
I always have my gloves, several pairs of gloves, because they're the first things that get wet.
And a positive attitude.
If it's 0 degrees and the sun's shining, I still like it. The wind's not blowing. The wind is the only factor that I have that I kind of grunt a little bit about, but that's about it. Otherwise, it's not that bad.
But there are ways you can help make their jobs easier by keeping sidewalks and steps clear of snow and using sand and salt on your steps.
Keep it safe for carriers, and not only us carriers, but the neighbors that have pets that walk their pets daily and the kids that walk to school.
Chrissy says support from our community keeps her going.
Customers here are great. They always shovel, and if they help each other out. They come out with hot chocolate on cold days like today.
Just to give you an idea of how quickly things can change, take a look at this. Within just 5 minutes of walking Christie's route today, conditions change very quickly. The snow really picked up, so they have to be prepared for anything. Hey again, Andrew. Let's take a live look outside at the road conditions and what you can expect if you are heading out tonight. Really, roads are mostly dry, but they could be slick in some spots, but we didn't see much accumulation, really just on those grassy areas. But now is the time to get your car ready before you head out anywhere. Tonight, it's all about the emergency kit and what you need to have inside your car. Something like a snow shovel will be handy, especially in Wyoming, to dig yourself out if you were to get stuck. Also, it's good to have gloves, blankets, extra clothes to keep yourself warm if you get stuck. And jumper cables are always necessary if you are in an emergency and your battery dies. Also, it's a good idea to have a first aid kit and maybe some snacks and water as well. Some other things that you should check in your car. And it's nice that we're inside too, because we're kind of escaping from the heat. Right now we're here at Frontier Park in the exhibition hall for the 33rd annual Greek Festival. It's taking place tonight until 10 o'clock and tomorrow all day from 11 to 8 o'clock. Here you can try Greek culture, from food to entertainment. We have been smelling all the great food, from gyros to other pastries and yummy treats, and they're also going to have live music and dancers, so tons of entertainment for you to enjoy this weekend. And a heads up, if you are coming down, you're going to want to bring cash, because we are told that none of the vendors are going to be extending credit cards. And actually, when you get here, there is going to be a little currency exchange, so you can actually enjoy the Greek culture. You'll be getting some Greek money to buy your food.